What's up, Tube? Welcome back to Low Guido's Job Shop, second best Gel Blaster channel on the tubes. And today what I've got here is a micro roni kit from Command Elite Hobbies. I believe it's Armament brand. Correct me on that one if you're wrong. If I'm wrong. On the website I couldn't find the actual brand of it, but it's a pretty cool little kit because what you see, with the exception of the aim point, this base plate, and this flare magwell flare here, everything you see is included in the kit. So this G17 that is inside it is included in the price, and I think for the price that's actually a pretty cool deal that you actually get a GBB to go with your roni kit. And the roni kit is, you know, set up, sweet, ready to go, and you can easily remove the G17 from the kit and just run it as a G17 like that. That is super cool. It is compatible with the G18 as well. The little notch in the back here is on the cocking handle. There is a notch to make a space for the selector, and again, super easy to get yourself back in there and get ready to rock and roll. Foldable little stock there. This thing is pretty awesome. I actually really do enjoy playing with this. My only gripe here is that the flash from the moldings is a little bit rough, so I probably will be going over this with a small file just to nicen up some of these edges that could potentially, you know, cut you or cause pressure points or whatever. But yeah, like, other than that, pretty cool. You've got the safety mechanism there, which basically doesn't allow you to get your trigger into the trigger guard. You have a little flashlight here, which can strobe and do little flashlighty things. It's not the highest quality flashlight, but in practice it's actually quite bright. Like, it's probably, I know some fields have got limits on how bright your flashlight can be. It's probably within field limits, but it is quite bright. It is still enough of a flash to get the point. It's also got a spare magazine holder in the front there, so you can have a spare ready to go there if you wanted to quickly grab that one out and reload. You have a spare in the front. Very cool little bit of kit, and I mean, it's just, I love it. It's just fun to use. It's comfortable. Like I said, my only gripe is a little bit of flashing, which I probably will be getting a small file and taking care of that. Now, I want to take a look at the actual pistol that it comes with, so we can, because that's essentially the crux of it. The roni, the micro roni itself, is basically just a lump of plastic. It is just a lump of plastic that has the appropriate holes to allow you to put your G17 or 18 into it, or 19 for that matter. I think it fits. It says on the front here for 17, 18, 19, 22 and 31, so yeah, pretty much most of your G series will fit into this. And the way it works is quite simple. The little pick rail part in the front here lines up with a little notch in the front there, and then you've got this back piece which holds the whole thing together. And there we go. Just push that in, and that just holds the back in, and then that holds the front in. It's quite solid. It holds it quite well. It's not gonna, you know, fall out or anything. You have to press this button to release it and move that back, and then even then it's still quite solid until you push that down to release. Nice and easy. Gets the job done. Quite quick to get that in there and out there. Easy to deploy. Folding stock is also really nice. Let me get you in here, take a closer look at the actual mouldings and such. Starting at the back here, stock. You can see here some of the flashing that I was talking about. A little bit here, a little bit here. It's got the embossing. And then here on these side rails there's a bit of flashing to take care of as well. You see a little flashlight in the front there. And the muzzle. Top rail, again, could do with a little bit of cleanup, but I mean, all in all, for the price point, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm just surprised that it even comes with a GBB. Included in the price. I'm pretty keen to actually have a closer look at this and see what makes it tick. So the hammer group looks like a fairly average sort of cast piece. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything super out of the ordinary. It looks like a pretty standard sort of stock arrangement with this cast hammer group and stuff. That could probably be upgraded. I believe that this is TM spec as well, so most of your upgrade parts should fit straight in if you did want to upgrade anything. But it looks like a pretty reasonable quality. Let's I think maybe we should load some gels into it and give it a hit on the chrono and see how she goes. Comes with the stendo as well, which is I mean, worth it as well, in my opinion. Great value, I think. Let's get some gels in this thing and see how we go. Alright, here we go. Chrono test. Oh, 298, not bad. Now, generally with GBB, the first shot is always the highest, because that's when the gas pressure is the highest. And you can see as the shots continue and the gas pressure gets lower, the pressure does go down, so the shots get lower. Try another magazine. Alright, as you can see, when the magazines are fresh, we're looking around 300 FPS, and then as the magazines cool down and the pressure drops, we drop down to an average of 235, But I mean, there were a few anomalies there. I think there were a couple of broken gels that might have got in there that gave us some low readings. But all in all, I think they were around yeah, 230, 240, 250. Yeah, so 235 average, max of 300. So that's not too shabby for a gas pistol. Alright, let's take a look at the internals on this thing. Start with the barrel, the upper. Now, I think I had a quick play with this earlier on. The inner and outer barrels are actually locked together quite well with this side tab. I didn't want to force it apart, but I might have a play with that now. With a bit of leverage, I might be able to get that apart. But what I can do, while I'm here, I can just do a quick ID check. That's a 7.5 ID, which is interesting. That's a big ID for a GBB. I feel like most GBBs are rolling with a 7mm ID. Looks like it's like a stainless barrel, from what I can see. Let's see if I can get it out of this outer barrel. Alright, a little bit of leverage and a little bit of work, and we can get that one out. Alright, that's an interesting barrel. Looks to be kind of stainless. It is free spinning, so the chamber only holds it in the forwards and backwards planes. It's not holding it from spinning. There's no hop or anything integrated into it, so that doesn't matter too much. It's not a real tight fit in the chamber. Could probably shim it or something, make it hold it a little bit tighter. Interesting. I've not really seen this arrangement before with this fat piece. I wonder if that's to stop rattling in between the inner and the outer. Interesting. Anyway, let's take a look at the BBU. It's like a pretty standard sort of BBU. Return spring is doing its job. Doesn't feel overly soft or anything, so adequate for purpose. Let's take a look at this this hammer group. This hammer group to me seems like probably the weakest link. If something was going to fail, I feel like it's going to be down here. Alright, I'm just going to release the pressure of the spring. Number 1 Phillips in the top there, and knock this rear pin out. Wasn't even too difficult to pop that pin. Now I should just to be able to remove that hammer unit. Let's have a look. So the sear here looks like it's I mean, not yet. Don't lose that one. Always worth watching when you're pulling apart a G series. You have this little bad boy that sits on the side here, and there's a spring. This one's actually been filled with grease from factory. I'm just going to pop it out so it doesn't pop out by itself again. That grease seems to be holding it in place, holding that spring in place, so that's kind of handy. So I'm not seeing, I mean, this is pretty new, hasn't been used much, so I'm not seeing any wear on that sear, but we do have a steel trigger bar and an alloy sear. And now if you get hardened steel up against alloy's a lot softer, you see that easily scratches that. So I think with an upgrade to a steel sear, that would probably be fairly robust. Like I mean I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse. So I just thought, you know, while I'm here, I'll have a look at it. But yeah, I believe it looks like it's TM spec, so most of your upgrade parts should easily fit in if you did want to upgrade this. The actual hammer housing itself looks pretty beef. Like, I know with some of the APS stuff, you basically crack the hammer housing across here after you've used it like 2 or 3 times. That happens, but that looks fairly reasonably strong in that section. But yeah, it does also look like it's standard sort of TM specification, so you're not going to run into too much trouble finding replacement parts if you do need to replace anything, which is good. Alright, back together. Alright. For what it's worth, for the price point here, for what you're getting, and the smiles per miles of this, I recommend this. I really actually like this. It's about as close to a GBBR SMG style thing without going all the way to GBBR type prices and GBBR type components. So you're sticking with the easy to find the Glock mags, the pistol mags that are like these are pretty cheap, and your componentry is all like your TM spec stuff, your cow stuff, all that sort of stuff's gonna fit straight in there, and you have the fun of essentially a small carbine mini rifle sort of thing. You can have some fun rifle style gameplay with GBB style action without the expense of having to go to an actual GBBR. I actually really like this. It's very cool, and for a lot of the fields that I play at, CQB is where it's at. So a lot of the longer rifles are actually too long for like urban and places like that. So yeah, highly recommend this. I'm a believer. I like it, especially for the price point. I mean, it's not perfect, but like it's cheap considering what you get. And I mean, again, I'm not too familiar with the actual blaster that's provided, but if you have a good G17 or a G18 or something that you like, it should fit in. Like the frame size is pretty universal. So like if you've got another brand of G17 or G18 that you want to pop in there, I see no reason that it shouldn't just pop in there, because it's, you know, the same frame size. It's all based on the frame just clicking in. So yeah, big ups. I like it. I think I will call it a night there. Don't forget, you can subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, just because it's free and it helps my channel out. You can also buy a patch. Hit me up on face page like Guido's Chopters, or you can buy them from Hardcore Blasters. So hit them up as well. Have a game while you're at it. Or if you just want to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee in the link below. Shoutouts to those who have bought me coffee. Shoutouts to Wilder Enemy, who bought me some coffees. Thank you very much. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.